Most people think discipline is loud. They imagine alarms ringing at 5 a.m., morning runs, motivational speeches, people posting their progress online, but the truth is, the strongest discipline usually happens where nobody is watching. Sometimes, it starts with something as simple as a notebook. And the strange thing about this notebook is that nobody ever knew it existed. There was a man who lived a completely ordinary life. Nothing about him stood out. He woke up late most mornings. His phone was usually the first thing he looked at, scrolling, notifications, messages that didn't really matter. His days passed in a quiet routine: work, food, a little entertainment, then sleep. And if you asked him how life was going, he would probably say something like, "It's fine, not amazing, not terrible, just fine." But deep down, he knew something was wrong. Not the kind of wrong that breaks your life overnight, the quiet kind. The kind where every day feels almost identical to the last. The kind where time moves, but you don't. One night, something small happened. Not dramatic, not life-shattering. Just a quiet moment. He looked at the clock. It was 11:47 p.m. He had spent the last 3 hours doing nothing important. Scrolling, videos, random conversations. And suddenly a strange thought crossed his mind. If I repeat this day for 5 years, what will my life look like? That question stayed in the room longer than he expected. He didn't answer it. He just sat there, silent. Then he did something unusual. He grabbed a cheap notebook from a drawer. Nothing fancy, just plain paper. And on the first page, he wrote one sentence. "Things I must stop lying to myself about." That notebook became something different. Not a diary, not a planner, not a motivational journal. It became a place where he wrote the truth he normally avoided. "I waste too much time pretending I'm busy. I say I want success, but I choose comfort every day. I blame circumstances instead of fixing my habits." The notebook didn't judge him, but it also didn't allow excuses. Every night, he added another sentence. Sometimes only one line, sometimes half a page. But something strange started happening. When you write the truth enough times, you eventually start believing it. After a few weeks, he noticed something interesting. The notebook was slowly changing his awareness. He started noticing how often he said, "I'll do it tomorrow," so he wrote a rule in the notebook. A very simple one: if it takes less than 5 minutes, do it immediately. That was it. No complex routine, no massive transformation. Just 5 minutes. Reply to the email, clean the desk, start the task. The funny thing about starting something for 5 minutes is that it rarely stays 5 minutes. Weeks passed, then months. But nobody around him noticed any huge transformation. There were no dramatic announcements, no social media updates, no speeches about productivity. From the outside, his life looked the same, but inside, something was quietly shifting. His mornings became slightly earlier. His work became slightly sharper. Tiny adjustments, invisible improvements. But discipline doesn't grow through giant changes. It grows through small decisions repeated thousands of times. One night, almost a year later, he opened the notebook again. But this time he flipped back to the first page. The sentence stared back at him. "Things I must stop lying to myself about." He read the old pages slowly. The person who wrote those early pages didn't feel like the same person anymore. He had stopped waiting for motivation and started building discipline. Most people believe growth happens in big, visible moments. But real growth usually happens in quiet places. Late at night, early mornings, empty rooms, moments when nobody is watching, moments when nobody is clapping, moments when nobody even knows you're trying. Years later, the notebook was almost full. Lessons, realizations, and on the very last page, he wrote something different. "Discipline didn't change my life overnight. It changed my direction, one honest day at a time." Then he closed the notebook and placed it back in the drawer, right where it started. Because the truth is, the most powerful changes in your life rarely come from the world seeing you. They come from you finally seeing yourself clearly. So here's a question for you. If you had a notebook where you could write one honest sentence about your life right now, what would it say? The real one, the one you normally avoid. Write it in the comments, because sometimes, one honest sentence is the first step toward a completely different life.